Hey guys, I hope you're having a great day. And I'm so excited to dive in further with you, but I want to talk about meal planning today. And I want to just leave you with this resource and this information if this is something that you're struggling with, that you're needing. So check out the PDF. Download that, print it, or just grab a notebook, but definitely make sure you have something to write with. That'll be so much more beneficial to go through this. And at the end of walking through this, then you'll have a meal plan or menu formula that will work for you and your family right now. So grab a pen, grab a pencil, pause this anytime you feel like it's necessary, and so you can pick it back up again. I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to do a little slideshow presentation about how following a strict meal plan doesn't work and what to do instead, and then walk you through how to create that for you. So this is something I have given at a bunch of companies and lunch and learns, and I've also done this with Keisha groups, which is great. But meal planning and menu planning is such a huge, important habit and skill to build in your life, and build it in so it's not rigid and it's not super stuck, but it's something that can flow with you and really know like what to ask yourself that matters when it comes to creating a meal plan and menu plan. So let me share my screen with you. Let's just do this. Sorry about that. All right, awesome. So why following a strict meal plan doesn't work? Well, first of all, a strict meal plan is just like a strict diet. It's set up to leave so much room for you to fail at it. And it's really not necessary and it's really not realistic. So oftentimes people want like a specific meal plan or a specific menu plan. And it can work for a small period of time. But if you're trying to create these lifestyle habits that fit in your life, or you're trying to just fine tune them, then following a strict plan doesn't work because it gives the plan ownership instead of keeping ownership for yourself. And everything is about you. And so the more you can honor and the more you can keep power and not give it away to diets and programs and plans and everything else in the world, then the better off you are in general. So following a strict meal plan can work for a few minutes, but it does not work for your life. And so really just know that there's nothing wrong with you if you've tried to follow one and it hasn't worked. There is nothing wrong with you. It's not a plan that's set up for you, your lifestyle, your family, your kids, a pandemic, and everything else that we're dealing with. So this is just something to know, and so that you don't kind of fall down into this trap. It can be great for ideas. Don't get those confused, but following a strict plan does not work. So, oh, can I not? Okay, here we go. So why should you create your own meal plan formula? Well, it obviously can help you improve your nutrition, because if you have a plan, you're so much less likely to grab things when you're hungry or tired or cranky or whatever, stressed, any of the feelings. So it can help you have more energy, lose fat, feel better in general. It's so much easier to make healthy choices when you have a framework or a plan to go from. It, of course, can help you save money if you're not, again, just like buying random things. It can help you save time because you'll know what that next step is that you can like put into action. De-stress because you'll have a plan, easier to feed your family, and you'll have lunches done too if you like leftovers. So right now, I want you to think on number one about how dinner works for you right now. And if you wait long enough to cook dinner, everyone will just eat cereal, right? I mean, that is science. No, but for real, how does dinner work for you right now? Is it kind of like a free-for-all where you and whoever you live with, your partner, your spouse, your kids, just do whatever they want at whatever time they're hungry? Do you live alone and so you just kind of make dinner whenever you're hungry? You don't stick to a certain schedule? Do you feel like it's total chaos where you're making like multiple food for all different people? Do you feel like you just don't like to deal with it, so you don't, and then it comes 4 o'clock and here you are again and you need to like whip this dinner together? What is your experience right now with dinner? Or is it something that you look forward to and it's like you sit down and you are able to enjoy it together? And there's no right answer, and there's probably no one answer because probably all of those things happen at different times. But just like in this time in your life right now, think about answer number one: how does dinner work for you? And is it working? If it is, you may continue going through this, or you may think like, okay, I'll just review, but you don't need to fix what isn't broken or what's working for you. Definitely don't waste energy on that. So I want you to decide then, number two, what is reasonable for you? How much do you want to cook? Do you even like to cook? Do you have time to cook? Do you have little kids? Are you traveling? I mean, what is reasonable and what is right for you? So are you working late hours? Like, what is your situation right now? Does your partner love to cook? Or do you feel like you don't really need to cook because it's just you? Whatever your situation is right now, think about what's reasonable for you. And again, honor if you even like to cook. So I think that this is such an important piece that we miss, because we do know that we need to eat dinner, and of course we do, but oftentimes we're trying to fit into another plan, or we're trying to do things that don't feel good to us. And that's the point of all of this, right? To get away from that. So what's reasonable for you? Number 3. So this is about leftovers. And it's funny, but it is so real. It's such a part of my menu plan. It could be such a part of yours, or it might be something that you really don't like. So get clear on leftovers. Are leftovers something that your family likes to eat? Do you enjoy leftovers? Do you like to big batch and make like a lot of something so that you can eat it for lunch the next day, or you can squeeze in a quick dinner later in the week? Or are leftovers something that you just really are not a fan of? No one will eat them. Or are you cooking foods that just don't taste good as leftovers? And again, there's no wrong answers, but knowing where you stand on leftovers and being able to build that into your plan is hugely important. So leftovers, I mean, some people just are totally grossed out by it, and some people live by them. At our house, we love leftovers, and I specifically cook things that taste good or better warmed up the next day or leftover. So get clear on your leftover situation before we keep going. Dinner goals. What are your dinner goals? Like, what are you trying to make happen? And this is where a lot of people get tripped up. And this is where, like, as a mom of 3 kids and a husband, we all have different goals, right? My kids are we're trying to get them to eat all the things that we eat. We're trying to get them to eat vegetables and enjoy them. My husband is like definitely not trying to lose weight. I'm trying to like feel good and feel healthy, all of the things. So, and I've had lots of clients before, and again, my own experiences too, where everyone kind of has a different goal. So maybe you have a college son who's trying to gain weight, and then you yourself are trying to maintain or just like feel good and eat more healthy, or maybe you're trying to lose weight. And then you have someone else who's like on this crazy vegan, whatever diet. So knowing that like you can adapt each meal to fit multiple people's goals is a huge change and a huge awakening. And so it's just a matter of how you cook it and how you assemble it and how you put it out there. But the first thing to get clear is, what are your goals personally, and what are the goals of the people that you're cooking for? So again, anyone that you're cooking for, write those down too, because it's not just you if you're the one preparing for multiple people. Number 5 on your worksheet, lay out a typical night. And this is obviously so different right now because nothing feels typical. So this is where applying everything you're learning through Keisha and everything you're learning through all different resources is so critical, because you have to, you want to create these routines and you want to create these systems that work really well, but you also have to be really adaptable to change. Otherwise, if something changes your system, then it breaks. And that is something that I've experienced absolutely, especially when I first dove into habits and I was like creating all these habits. And then if something threw me off, it would be like that all or nothing mentality. So now it's like, okay, you make out this plan of a typical week. And what that is like on Mondays, what do you have? And of course there's a lot less than we're used to, but like on Mondays you have whatever. On Tuesdays, Brady plays paddle. On Wednesdays, Anna has soccer. On Thursdays, we're all home usually. On Fridays, we usually go out of town or whatever. So lay out what is a typical week for you and get clear on what that looks like. And again, this is something, and this exercise in this video can be done anytime. Anytime there's a change of season, there's always a change of routine. Anytime there's, of course, a change in the world, like right now, there's going to be a change in routine. So this is like a process that you can keep reapplying, especially as people's needs and, dietary needs change, and then also schedules change. So lay out a typical week right now, whatever that is, whenever you're watching this and your menu plan is not feeling good to you. So lay that out. And then make a big list of your go-to dinners. And everyone has these. So what are your go-to dinners? Like, what do you love to have on a regular basis? Like, this is a shrimp avocado tomato salad that's like a go-to. It's so easy and it's so yummy. I know we do Thai all the time as a go-to. We do Indian, we do burger night, we do, all different things like that. So what are your go-to dinners and meals? And if they don't align to your goals, so maybe lasagna is one of your go-to, but you are trying to eat like less carbs, that's okay. Write your go-tos down and we can adjust the menu, the recipe. We can adjust actually the ingredients to fit your goals so much more easy if you have a plan that like feels good and fits. So for example, lasagna, if I'm making like a lasagna or a pasta night or whatever, I'll always do like pasta and zoodles or something like that. So there's ways that we can easily adapt it to your goals. So write those down. And then involve your people in the plan. Definitely involve your people. I mean, you don't have to involve them cooking, although once you do, they have like such a better buy-in to what they're eating. So if you have little people around, involve them in the cooking, involve anyone that's eating in the planning process of like, hey, what do you like? What sounds good? What feels good? You know, asking them these things, because ultimately when you go to create the menu plan, when you go to cook the dish, if they picked it, it's going to be smooth sailing. And then if you aligned it to your goals, it's so much easier than you just doing all of the work, like the little red hen, right? So you like decide what to have, you shop for the ingredients, then you get the ingredients and you cut it up and you cook it. And if people don't like it, it is so exhausting and disappointing, and it causes stress. So involve anyone who you share dinner with to help you with that go-to list and that plan list. And then think about theme nights. So theme nights are an amazing way to add variety. They're a way to add, you know, a change up to your routine. Maybe you're stuck in the same rut of like 6 different recipes that you use over 2 weeks. So looking this over, like you can think, okay, we could do an Asian night. We could do a French night. I mean, I don't even know what that would look like. Something really fun. You could research it and look it up. You could do, of course, like American, like a burger night. You could do Mexican. You could do Greek. You could do any place or any theme idea is an amazing way to add variety. And it also lets you try new things. It lets your family try new things. It keeps things interesting and fun. And so often you can just find super simple recipes that go along with everything. So when I go to Google recipes for a theme night, I'll look up healthy, easy Thai food, or I'll look up healthy, easy Indian, or I'll look up healthy, easy, you know, whatever. And by looking those words up, you could always do Whole30 in the search bar, because then you know you're getting some things that are aligned to. You don't have to do that multiple step process where you find something, then you have to like change it to make it healthy. You don't know if it's going to be good. So when you're Googling or you're trying to find ideas for theme nights, definitely do that. So lots of bowls is worth it. And this is such an important thing. If you are cooking for multiple people, having everything set up as a bar and the ability to break it all down is so huge, and it makes your life so much easier. So doing the dishes of all these bowls is totally worth it, because for example, you're having Mexican night. So maybe you're making chicken fajitas, or you're making, well, chicken fajitas are fine. So you decide you're going to make chicken, you're going to make sauteed peppers and onions, you're going to make rice, you're going to make olives and cheese and avocado and corn, black beans, whatever else you want. So then you have like lettuce for it. So everything's spread out on the bar, and you have obviously a ton of bowls. But what this does is it allows you to cook one meal and serve everyone. So when we do this, for example, I'll do like a bowl with lettuce, some brown rice, some chicken, and then all the veggies. And I don't love cheese, so I'll skip that. And then my kids will do tacos. My Ella will do like a quesadilla with like beans on the side and olives on the side and everything separate. Brady will do like either a big burrito bowl with rice on the bottom, or he'll make like a taco or a chicken fajita bowl. So you're able to cook one dinner and serve multiple people. And this especially works well for theme nights. For example, Greek will do like pita night a lot, and we'll do grilled chicken, and we'll do hummus, and we'll do a Greek salad and olives and pitas and tomatoes and cucumbers and feta and all of the different things. If we order from Aladdin's, we'll get like lentils or something. And then again, the kids can make chicken and cucumber tomato pita sandwiches. We can make bowls or salads or whatever is feeling good. So notice how everything could be broken down and deconstructed so that each person in your family can align to their goals. If they want more calories, they can base their meal on carbs and healthy fats. If they want less calories, they can base their meals on vegetables, and they can base their meals on more on salad. If they're kids, you can get them to try things more easily because it's not all mixed up together, and they don't feel like, oh my gosh, I don't want all that. So it's easy to get them to try little bites, and you're probably going to be pleasantly surprised with what they try. And then again, if you are cooking for yourself and you do kind of set up a bar, then after you're done eating, you can make multiple more of the same meal. So maybe you're making a couple extra salads or a couple extra burrito bowls to get you through the week. So there's so many options when you do deconstruct whatever meal you're having. And I mean, any of them work for this. So let me know if you have questions on this, but definitely remember that lots of bowls are worth it. All right, so think about too, what different ways to cook. There's so many different ways to cook, from an Instapot. Now there's the air fryers. There are grills, obviously. I mean, stove, oven, all the things. And so really just thinking about like the way that you like to cook and what's easy for you, what's intimidating for you, and honoring that so you're not wasting your time looking for other ways and looking for other recipes. The Instapot is one of my ultimate favorite ways to cook. It's just easy, it's fast, it allows you to make great things for leftovers, soups, stews, whatever. But it also allows you to bulk cook very easily, whether you're making a soup or a stew or you're making like a big batch of protein. You can put like a bunch of chicken in there with salsa and cumin, or you can put your taco meat in there and make that super simple. You can put so many different proteins in there and then add flavor to have a salad main dish and one that's great for leftovers or topping later for salads. So then take all this information that you've gathered. So you have like your whole family list of what your kids like and or what your family likes, or anyone that you like, and you have the different theme nights, and then you have like a typical week, and then just kind of lay it out there simply. So you say you want to cook 3 to 4 nights a week, total out of 7. That's amazing. So you're going to cook maybe Monday if that's a nice day for you to cook. I love cooking on Monday because then we have extra food for the week, and we grill chicken, then we'll have like tons of grilled chicken left. Or if I make Thai, which is what I made this week, then we'll have Thai for lunches the next couple days. Tuesday, what are you going to do? Maybe Tuesday becomes a theme night. And so each week you either have taco night or you stick to one single theme. I know at our house, taco night could be once a week, and we often do taco night. So taco night is just Taco Tuesday. You don't have to overthink it. Sometimes it's chicken fajitas, sometimes it's beef, sometimes it's a pork taco, but it's like a variation of taco night each Tuesday. So that could be a theme night. So maybe Wednesday's a night that you do something easy like an Instapot meal, or you do takeout. So think about that. Like adding takeout into your weekly plan is so amazing because it allows you to be free from cooking with the plan. Like you were never planning to cook. So there's no guilt, there's no attachment, there's no shame. You said like, okay, every Thursday we're going to just do takeout, and it's a treat for you, it's a treat for yourself, and you just pick different places that kind of fit your goals. Now there's so many ways to pick different places to fit your goals. And then you look forward to that, you celebrate that, you feel good about that. Maybe Friday or any night every week, we oftentimes do like a salad bar night, and the kids have gotten really into this. It follows that same concept of lots of bowls. So it's like make your own salad bar. We do bacon and hard-boiled eggs and tomatoes and cucumbers and chicken and things that they like. Saturday, oftentimes that's like a varied day. So we don't usually ever have a set dinner plan on that. And Sunday, if we cook, or we go to my parents usually for dinner, one or the other, but I always make extra, or I make extra to take there, or my mom makes extra, because I think it's so nice to have that lunch, if you're a leftover person, ready on Monday. And if you're not a leftover person, then you just kind of pick a theme for the week for your lunches too, which you can easily do with sandwiches, salads, all those things. So then we're almost there. What do you need to make it happen? And so I think this is an important part, because you might feel like, okay, I got this down, but like, what do you need? Do you actually need more recipes? This is oftentimes an overwhelming thing. People think like, I just need more recipes and then I'll eat healthier. I just need more recipes. And it's like, okay, absolutely. You definitely, new recipes are a great idea, but sometimes they can be really overwhelming. So maybe one new recipe a week is something that you might, allow you to browse Pinterest or see something on Instagram that looks good and save it. But you don't need a ton of new recipes. They also come with a learning curve. You're not sure if they're going to work. So what do you need to be successful? This is hugely important. You need to make that list of your family. Do you need to, come up with some theme nights for yourselves? Do you need to identify takeout places that would work? What do you need to make this happen? Do you need new equipment? Like, do you need an Instapot? You're like, okay, I keep hearing about these things, but you know what? I'm going to do it. So what do you need to make it happen? And then this is where all that mindset work comes into play so much. So having a backup plan, because plans are broken all the time, and that is just always going to be the case. So if you always plan like, all right, I'm going to do this, and if it doesn't happen, that's okay. I'll either scoot it back a day, or here's what I'll have. I have something in the freezer. I always have like brown rice in the freezer. I always have cauliflower rice in the freezer. I always have salmon I can throw into the oven or whatever. So have a backup plan, and just know that like, this is not going to probably be set forever. And it's not supposed to. It's supposed to be fluid and change. So just know that like, you can be more flexible and you can still stay aligned to meeting your goals. And so if you have this overall plan and it's not something that you're set in stone, but it is something that's guiding you, then recognize that like, what is your plan B? Do you have something you can pull dinner together? I know one of our plan Bs is always eggs, we all like eggs and it's just a good protein. I usually throw a vegetable with it, or sometimes I don't. Or smoothies are a great plan B, or rotisserie chicken. That's a great plan B too. Or that's actually a great plan A, but it can be a good plan B too. So think about your plan B and what could that be for you? And here we get to the helpers. And rotisserie chicken is an amazing resource if you eat chicken. It is so yummy and it's all done for you. It's cheap, it's big, it feeds everyone. And there's so many things you can do with it. So, I mean, here are just a few examples. Of course, you can Google like rotisserie chicken ideas, but rotisserie chicken, a bag of coleslaw mix. So just like the plain cabbage, shredded cabbage, cilantro in an Asian dressing or like a spicy peanut dressing from Trader Joe's is such a great dinner. Buffalo sauce with like avocado and the chicken in a lettuce wrap is such a great dinner. Making like a soup out of the rotisserie chicken with white beans and cumin and cilantro, is like a white chicken chili. Broccoli slaw, you can roast this at 425 or you can saute it. Again, that peanut dressing or like the ginger dressing, some type of Asian dressing is so yummy with the chicken. Tortilla night or quesadilla night. So cheese, chicken, tortillas, then you could add a bunch of sauteed vegetables, black beans. You could do like a fun quesadilla night. And then of course, like there's so many varieties of chicken salad, from the kind that has like grapes to this is more like a Cobb where it has like bacon and hard-boiled egg and celery, to the kind that has like cherries. And I mean, there's a million kinds of chicken salad. So using rotisserie chicken to really make your life easier. Tacos, I cut it up the other day for tacos and just used taco seasoning and sauteed it a little bit. It was so simple and so easy. And then there's, again, so many great resources for healthy takeout that you don't have to settle for something that you don't want to. And really just know that like you have the power, especially when it comes to takeout, to pick where you want to go and order what you want. So use that and don't attach guilt or shame to that at all. All right, and this is awesome to really recognize and remember. So this is your default plate. And so anytime you go anywhere, whether you're eating at home, whether you're eating at a party, whether you're traveling, thinking about your plate like this, if it's just this big circle and then half of it is made of vegetables in some way. So maybe part of this is salad and part of this is like some roasted vegetable or sauteed vegetable. Having some carbs, having some healthy fat, and then having some lean protein. Remember that you always have the power. You can be picky and choosy, and this oftentimes comes into play when you're talking about like desserts or something. So maybe you're going to a party or a family get together and you know that there's going to be this like amazing dessert that is your absolute favorite and you're just like going to have it, of course. And so you get there and then there's like store-bought cookies instead. Like notice when you have the power, like you don't have to have the store-bought cookies. Those aren't your favorite. So be picky on things and just know that like it is your power, what you do, and then you can give it away if you want, but you don't have to. So remember that you don't have to just go with the flow on that stuff. And I think that brings us to the end. So if you have any questions about menu planning, meal planning, I love to talk about this. I love to make it easier for you. I love to support you in how to, apply this to your life. And throughout this whole, throughout like all of my Keisha work with different clients and work on myself, I mean, there are so many different ways that this can help you be more successful, and just kind of constantly checking in on yourself is one of the best ways. So please reach out, please share any insight and info that you have, and definitely any questions or where you need support. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you soon.